Yo, I am not in a good mood at all. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in a fucking terrible mood because of both these teams, but we are gonna do the cast no matter what because it's gotta happen because we love fucking Revolt competitive, even if both of these teams are full of bitches. Analkings and Cartel, both of y'all go fuck yourself. Okay, you made me wait fucking 30 minutes yesterday and then you show up and don't give me any time because of your quote unquote strange schedule. You don't even give me 4 minutes to get set up. Literally, fuck both of y'all. But anyways, we're gonna go into it regardless. It looks like Analkings have gotten 1 point on the board. Welcome into Pokers, welcome in Kilabaris, welcome in Shigeki X. We got Boban, Top, and Anakin. For the Analkings, as well as for Cartel, we got BGM, G-Force, and Makikoski. Let's get into it. We just saw them get 1 point on Supermarket. Let me go ahead and get my my screen set up and everything. Alright, let's try one more time. And we are good to go. Alright, we've got Makikoski leading the way. Anakin is quite a ways back. Anakin and Top here in second, third. But we gotta be careful for what we got. G-Force right there moving into second place. Let's see if they can hold on to it. Nice zap. Well-timed zap by BGM. And that should be able to lock up a tie for these two teams. Need me a fucking cigarette. Alright. Let's see. G-Force with the zap ready to go, preventing any of the backers, and gets a lucky, turn around with the shockwave. And they should be able to get across no problem, use the oil as well. Here's Boban from third place. Able to get around the oil. G-Force, hold on. Ow! Top is going to block Boban as well as G-Force. It was such a good attempt by Boban, but won't be able to get his player across the finish line into second place. As we go to Botanical Garden, we are going to keep it rolling here. We got Cartel on the right side. Let's see how the first pickups go, because this is a very short track. Looks like BGM getting the first pickup. G-Force not able to grab that middle pickup. Goes ahead and pops the zap and gets ready with another pickup. Drives over to the side to let G-Force go through, and then stopping off Analkings. This is a really, really smart use of pickups. And really, Cartel has been really intelligent with their usage of pickups the whole way. That being said, it certainly hasn't been a very clean start to the race. I mean, it was smart use of pickups, but G-Force overshooting on this app. He's going to be, using a star. It looks like BGM didn't have a battery, anything ready. There's the fake. Boban going to be blowing up as well, though. And it's almost going to be a Cartel top 3 situation. We'll have to wait and see. There's Anakin. I thought that Anakin might be a lap back, but he is actually not turned around. It's Top who is turned around here. So what was once a top 3 situation is now looking nothing of the sorts. And this is a really common thing to happen. When you get that top 3, it's like that probably isn't going to work. They drive right into it. But Anakin was right there. He's ready to keep going, and it looks like he will be able to move into first place. Now the question is, will Boban? No, Boban will. Well, hold on. Trying to hit G-Force. AKG is locked in first place, and CTL going to lock in second. So it will continue on with a 1-1 scoreline as we head to Rooftops DC. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. We continue on. Welcome in Super Saiyan. Tune into a winner bracket match between Analkings and Cartel. Cartel, the Hummus, are going to get the early start once again, dropping an oil, catching 2 Analkings members, and it's going to be the quick top 4 for Cartel. All of Cartel doing pretty well so far. Top, on the other hand, the only member for Analkings that gets a strong start, but looks like it's going to be fine. What I am going to continue to be looking at for these two teams is the backers situation, because both of these two teams, especially Cartel in my opinion, has extremely smart pickup usage, extremely smart strategic backing, but Analkings definitely has their moments as well. We saw Boban on Museum trying to make it happen. Oh, what a well-timed start. Top is going to have to repo. That is a big hit. BGM gets across. He is quite a ways in the lead. Top and Boban going to get double hit by the Rockets, and G-Force gets across. Chaos unfolding, but Boban does just barely manage to recover right into more Rockets out of Cartel's backers. Driving in reverse, the Polish reverse strategy will get hit by the Rockets and unfortunately zap his own team. 130-meter lead for Cartel, but you know, the second place is really what's up for contest, as we see Boban driving in reverse and G-Force. I don't know what happened to him, but something tragic happened to him for sure. The water balloons will come out. All right, beginning lap 3, and Cartel doesn't look like they're going to be able to squeeze a player into second place. Going to take some pretty major mistakes from Boban and Top at this point. Makakowski trying to hit Boban, but Boban's not even the second place driver, so it's not really a big deal. Yeah, BGM going to slow down with the zap, of course. He's been doing this all race long, but no, actually he had a missile, and Top is going to be the one zapping him, punishing him for slowing down. Now this should be fine. You know, again, this is a calculated risk. Analkings doesn't really have a second member close enough. Here's Boban, he's back and forth, so it's not going to happen. Cartel will be able to finish, but you know, I really like that. A lot of teams, when they get a very far first place lead like that, they'd be very unwilling to slow down and give that up to try to hit other members of the opposing team. But we see with some of the more higher level teams, they're able to make that distinction where they know that they are safe to try to make to take risks like that, which is really important. It reminds me of card games a little bit, where you know you have to make tough calls with your pickups and try to make it work. So Cartel does get a nice double zap as well as a star. They pop it right then. Analking is going to be taking a big hit. Anakin is the front runner for Analking, so we can see they're very far away. BGM going to stop zap Anakin. In the meantime, Cartel breaking away completely. It's really going to come down to, is Cartel getting 1 point or 2 points here, in my opinion. They're going to be able to slow down BGM, but BGM's going to be a huge nuisance. He's got the battery pop, and more importantly, he's cycling through pickup. Okay, he does get zapped. That will give a little bit of breathing room here for Anakin. We're going to tune into second place and see if G-Force and Makakowski get hit by a backer, or if they're going to have a clean path to locking it in. Let's go ahead and see. Oh my God. Okay, Boban was not in the race. I was like, hold on. No, Boban was the backer there. That is going to be a point for Cartel, as expected. Nothing too surprising there. Hola to Walele and B. Great to have you in here as we continue on. Cartel takes the lead for the first time in this match after Analkings getting that early 1-0 lead in Supermarket 2. We now go to Ghost Town 1. G-Force missing that pickup, I believe. Always kind of awkward. Going for the star is going to be Makakowski. Grabs it. Two players with bombs. Boban as well as a Cartel member, I think. tries to use the wall to stabilize, but it's not going to work, and he gets starred at 0 miles per hour, so he's not going to be moving at all during that, and he has to get full acceleration once the star ends. Top, in the meantime, going to blow up from bomb, but no big impact. Anakin taking out G-Force over by the side, and look at the recovery from the Analkings here, despite, I think that was the Cartel star, if I remember correctly, trying to use it the best they could, but it actually leads to Analkings having a really good lap 1. Lap 2, however, has been a different story. Cartel has been able to break into the ranks. BGM running into the pole, not the best execution. Anakin and Boban, oh my god, Makakowski the backer getting zapped and bowling balled. Another star comes out. We'll call it a lucky star. How about that? I understand organic star, you know, on second thought, maybe not the smartest term, I get it. But regardless, this will be an organic 0-0 here for both teams on Ghost Town 1. All right, we go to Toy World 2. Analkings with the front 2 positions, and I feel like this is a pretty important starting grid here because, well, hold on, the Hummas do get around with the speed bonus from pressing go at the right time and the increased acceleration on the Humma. G-Force pops the battery, gets away. I think he snags another pickup. Boban with the big water balloon is going to be helping the situation. Analkings up top 3. Anakin taking a note out of BGM's playbook there. Stop zapping in the back. Okay, we'll keep the organic star going then. Anakin grabbing a pickup. We've got Boban in first, Top in second, Anakin in third. Anakin trying to pass that bomb over to Makakowski, the backer, and now he's going to try to pass over to G-Force. It looked like he tapped both of them, in my opinion, but instead of a double tap, it's a 0 tap as he is going to blow up. I'm sure at this point he's going to turn around. Anakin indeed has turned around. He's going to try, he accidentally hits his own team, but he's going to be trying to hit the enemy team here. Analkings in the top 2 positions. Water balloon will eventually nab G-Force, grabs a new pickup, but BGM is already breaking away. That being said, BGM is out here in 3rd place, and he's very far away from 2nd. Looks like Analkings will be able to lock in a point. Spoke a little bit too soon, didn't I? Uh-oh, 2 backers, 4, and BGM just barely gets across with a double zap top. I know that Analkings are not going to be happy about that at all, but Bond stopping, but now BGM gets another zap. BGM has been full of zaps, and Boban's going to chase him down. This is chaos erupting. Shouldn't be a point for Cartel, as we did have 2 backers from Cartel, but it's definitely not a point for Analkings, and Top says luck. Interesting luck. And that being said, Cartel has definitely gotten a lot of zaps, but regardless, I thought it was a sick play out of Cartel, to be honest with you. We will continue on. Yeah, we're looking for our welcome in Esteban, maybe some vegan stars happening. Shout out to my vegans worldwide in Revolt and otherwise. Boban grabs the bomb, passes it over to Makakowski. Makakowski pops the zap, eventually able to pass it over to Boban and zap him as well. Boban passes over to Top, says good luck with that. And honestly, I don't mind it because Boban typically is a really strong runner for Analkings. He's had some moments where he has been on fire. He will get hit by those rockets from downtown, but he's going to be able to keep going. The stop zap from Top onto BGM. The star comes out. G-Force grabbed it, and he is going to be able to move on over to 2nd place, predicting the stop zap, and Boban concedes it. He actually doesn't. He said, okay, I'm going to keep moving forward. G-Force going to be able to toss these balloons out. Pickups eventually do get cycled. 1 for everyone. Top battery right into, I believe, a fake. Unfortunate luck for him. But look at Boban! And G-Force gets the missiles. Boban, maybe a little bit too obvious with his signaling there. I don't know if he still has a zap or what, but G-Force does have a bomb. We'll see how it goes. Makakowski's ready to take it. Now Makakowski's going to try to pass it over to Boban. The missiles will not work, and Boban gets a speed boost and the zap as well, taking out 2 Cartel members and 1 Analkings member. He's going to try to grab G-Force with the tail end of the zap. or at least force himself into first place. Double battery in the meantime. BGM and Anakin. BGM gets a battery, passes over to Anakin, but then he gets zapped. Anakin now with the bomb. He's going to be blowing up momentarily, but for now, Analkings do hold the top 2 positions. Top tries to take the bomb over. He's just going to have to eat it. And that was the rare situation where the backer actually kind of hurts the situation. It does happen. Boban versus BGM here in the final turns. What's going to happen? BGM cuts it too tight. Now the backer is trying to come into play, but I think that should be it. And it's going to be a point for the Analkings, bringing them up to 2-2. Tie ball game indeed. Very high cortisol moments here. We'll see if we get any kind of relaxation or if it's going to be, well, if we are going to ever have a nice relaxing time, it'll be here at Titanic. Am I right? Just have a nice scenic view, some long straightaways. Cartel is, of course, at a disadvantage in Titanic specifically because of how top speed most of the track is. Now, it's not a huge deal, but it is something. Top with some aggressive driving onto Makakowski. Does continue on, gets zapped. Boban going to be zapping as well. Boban first, G4 second, top third. As they head into the captain's quarters. All right, let's see who is able to grab the star. Boban will grab it for the team. He pops battery too, maybe a zap. There it is, G-Force immediately. Boban using the star and dodging over to the side to avoid the zap as well. The zap follow-up from G-Force will not be able to find a target. Makakowski with the zap as well. Boban not going to be flipping over from the shockwave. Nice use of oil, but it looks like G-Force was actually able to avoid it. On our screen, it looks like he ran into it, but on his, he certainly didn't. Shockwave comes out into the zap, double zap onto Cartel, one being a backer in BGM. Boban going to continue on, hitting the ricochet, backing it up. I like it. Not as telegraphed this time around, but Makakowski will be waiting in the wings with the missiles, and that's going to land. One missile is all it takes, tossing another out. All right, Makakowski holds the leader position at the beginning of lap 3. He will get hit by the missile and the bomb as well, but then Anakin runs into a fake. Boban grabbing second in response. Makakowski blows up and gives up just one position. Oil is out. Looking like this will be a tie, but it all comes down to how hard Cartel can hit Boban. Whoa, I thought that was Boban. I was like, what are we doing here? But regardless, G-Force does have one more. Is it a shockwave? Is it? Oh, it's a Zay's gonna stop zap him. But Boban, that was kind of risky. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that was totally unnecessary from Boban to slow down there. I guess he wanted to be sure that G-Force, like if he had a shockwave or if he had missiles or if he had water balloons, he wanted to make sure that G-Force was still gonna get hit by that zap. It was still a bit risky, but hey, he locked it in, he prevents the point, and we go on to the museum. Now keep in mind, y'all, this is a best of 3. We haven't finished the first set yet, so we are going to be headed into at least one more full set, if not 2. But regardless, we'll continue on this one for the time being because there's a lot of chaos to cover. Anakin, not the cleanest routing through there, does grab the battery, but then gets double zapped by G-Force. Every member of Analkings getting zapped there. Anakin responds with a star, but let's be real. I think that, oh my god, eating another zap is 2 members of Analkings, and Cartel definitely got the upper hand from that. We've got G-Force breaking away, Makakowski here in second place, BGM even occupying third, and there's already a big wedge between third and second, so This is exactly the position that BGM likes to be in. He got the worst pickup that he could possibly get. If he got literally anything else, he of course would love to be using it. Even is able to use it to throw them off guard. Still passes the bomb over to Analkings, and this is a disaster for the Analkings to be sure. We'll see what they can do, but you can see BGM, he loves being in this position because he doesn't have to worry about hitting other Cartel members with his pickups. And all he has to do is just very aggressively cycle through pickups, hit Analkings with whatever he gets, and so on and so forth. Now, there is this oncoming area, and it looks like an Analkings backer has tried to cause some chaos, but it doesn't look like... Okay, Boban with the battery, getting very close to Analkings, but he's not able to pass it over, and he's going to lose some ground from that. Anakin has to repo. But as we saw, I mean, the distance has seriously been cut down. This is very much within striking distance of Boban here at this time. As we begin lap 3, a check on the distances between these players. We got G-Force 40 meters. Makakowski, however, is right up on top of the Analkings. Some missiles going out. Very effective. But now Makakowski might be a target of his own. The thing is, if Makakowski... Oh, Boban. What happened here? Let's tune into Boban. Boban is really Analking's last hope. He's going to get zapped. And this is looking like a guaranteed point for Cartel. In fact, let's go to our backer here. We got 2 backers for Analkings. Cop as well as Anakin. Anakin here going to be trying to slow down Makakowski with the water balloons. But it's not... Okay. One more chance. The issue here is if he hits Makakowski with something, Makakowski can just repo. He goes for the risky route. Interesting. But regardless, Makakowski will lock it in, and there is a point for Cartel. The advantage, after only 2 maps, back in the hands of Cartel. Oil comes out. Analkings, early lead. Trying some ricochet balloons. Let's look at Makakowski here in 3rd place for Cartel. Anyone grabbing the star? Boban's gonna grab it. Gonna try to pass the bomb over to BGM, but some quick driving from BGM. Boban goes ahead and pops the star, actually. He has a perfect recovery from the bomb, but this would be the great place to use a star when Makakowski is going for the ramp jump. So it was maybe not the highest value, but he made the call. The bomb recovery worked well, and he didn't eat any pickups. But now the backer, BGM, is causing some serious chaos for 1st place driver, Boban. He's not going to take the time trial route. We've seen quite a few people have some mistakes from that. And it seems like Top has been really trying to fill this backer role, but it just hasn't really been working as effectively as BGM has been able to work it. You know, he's been eating a lot of pickups from his own team, which is usually good. Like, if you're eating the bomb, that's good. But, you know, eating a random rocket, not really ideal. Anakin and Boban both sitting 2nd, 3rd. We'll see if Makakowski gets hit by anything. Makakowski needs to get hit by something, or else I just noticed Cartel could also be Cortisol, CTL. But regardless, Team Cortisol here is going to be able to bring it to a 0-0 for Supermarket 1 and get a 3-2 overall, as we've got 2 tracks left. Ghost Town 2 as well as Titanic 2, and if Analkings can't get a point, then they will lose the first set of this series. We'll see how it plays out. 2 tracks left. Analkings on the front right side. Boban, exactly who you want to be there. But Boban spins out early. Not what you want to be seeing at all for the Analkings. Shockwave attempt, but Anakin's too focused on the pickup itself and not focused on his driving line. Boban gets hit by that bowling ball. And this is a really not great start for the Analkings. Top is really the front driver for Analkings, trying to hunt down Makakowski. Let's go ahead and tune into Makakowski here. Hits the tumbleweed, but it'll be fine. Goes through the gallows. We got some oncoming, and he goes really wide to avoid it. Huh. That will definitely, I mean, it's very safe, but it works out fine. Another tumbleweed! The game director is trying to claim Makakowski's life with these tumbleweeds, but they're just not working. Coming out of nowhere, trying to help out Analkings, but it's not working. Let's see Makakowski continue to drive through here. Remember, if I keep trying to call him Cortisol now, if Cartel just managed to stay and prevent a lock-in for two maps, they're good to go. Anakin is going to turn and be a backer on lap 3 here. Makakowski pops the zap, doesn't get affected by the shockwave, and he's kind of good to go, but let's look behind him because we got Top right here with the battery, runs into a pole from a shockwave as well. Boban picking up a battery and another pickup here, hunting down Makakowski. The bomb doesn't get passed over to BGM, but BGM does a good job of holding them. Hold on, Makakowski has a pickup ready, but he's about to blow up from this bomb. Let's see how it goes. Runs into the wall, has to repo, but oh my god, BGM has been absolutely obliterating AKG in the meantime, as well as GeForce, it looks like. And they will even get a, I thought GeForce was a backer. GeForce even gets a point locked in and hits him with the XDs, because that has essentially blocked out AKG from getting back into this set. They're gonna have to get top 3 in order to make it happen. I wasn't paying attention at all. I thought GeForce was a backer, but no, he was a forwarder, and he locks it down. That is crazy. Let's see what GeForce can do as we keep it locked on him. He gets an early start with the pickup. What's it gonna be? All right, grabs the star. Cartel 3 strong in the lead. Cartel still too strong. We haven't finished the first lap yet because, of course, Titanic 2 has a different starting zone than Titanic 1. So we are just now, good time for the shockwave. Really nice timing on the ramp right before the diagonal. Hits Makakowski hard, but we still got GeForce breaking away. So the bomb is going to be on Makakowski. He goes really wide, and Anakin says, all right, and just pops the battery. He gets right on by him. But again, in order for Analkings to win this, they have to get 1, 2, and 3. So if Cartel chooses to send 2 backers, it's going to be really, really difficult. You know, if they just target Analkings' back place driver with 2 backers, it's going to be really difficult for the Analkings to do anything. Now, that doesn't look like what's happening, because we got BGM here backing as well, hitting the front line, which is kind of an interesting decision. I guess he just wants to bring everybody down here, try to help GeForce get in safely. Again, even if Analkings get top 2, it's not enough. Let's go ahead and see where the back driver, the last place driver for Analkings is, Boban. He is quite a ways back from the front Analkings, from the front Cartel driver right here in GeForce. So it's really going to come down to if GeForce can cross the finish line or not. Let's stay tuned in to him as he's got a few more twists and turns, but it's about to be locked in here on lap 3, about halfway done. Cycles, which honestly, interesting. I guess you just, you know, why not? Finishing out in first, and that is going to lock in Cartel. Hello. That is going to lock in Cartel on the set for sure. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3 for the Analkings there. Really close at the end. GeForce almost threw it with that diagonal. But regardless, Cartel will just barely be able to lock in the set. They'll go up 1-0. I'm going to play a quick commercial to prevent the early... to prevent any random ads. This is solely to prevent any random or pre-roll ads. And we are back into it with set 2. Analkings starting 3 strong. Bomb for Boban as well. Let's see if he's able to get some shenanigans here. Doesn't go for the jump. Maybe gonna go for the star. Doesn't go for the star either, but it takes a while. Oh! He did get some air there at the perfect time for the bomb, but it didn't bail him out. He pops the zap, and it's just not very... It's not... Okay, hits Makakowski, slows down, doesn't get G-Force with it. G-Force gonna respond with fireworks. Oil with the star. Hop in first, Boban in second. Good start for the Analkings. I love this BGM signature, just making he knows exactly when he can pause, because at these bottlenecks you can actually just hold nothing and you can just let them run into you, and then once he's done the bottleneck madness, then he hits them with the zap. You know, it's really smart play from BGM. You got to hand it to him. The oil going crazy as well. And what looked like a potential point lock-in for Analkings is now looking much more guaranteed for Cartel. We'll have to wait and see. Top eventually getting hit by that firework. Anakin trying to close the gap, but he's going to get hit by fireworks as well. I'm assuming from BGM there. Double zap, spike strip. Gives Anakin some space. Goes on the outside. But G-Force does get the shortcut. Eats the shockwave. Anakin dodges the oil. And now it all comes down to this final lap. Will G-Force be able to get up and over? It looks like he will. And it will be a point for the Cartel, believe it or not. Finishing up the first track 1-0 as we head to Supermarket 2. Cartel, good early start. Oh! Tries to grab the star, but tips the, the motion sensor doors. Still gonna be strong for Cartel. Front 2, oh my god, the oil. G-Force and Boban both get inside. Shockwave. Big hit onto Boban. And again, this is scary for Cartel. They're already on lap 3. Top spinning out through there. Dodges the rockets. Gets through, but now he's got to deal with Makakowski. The final boss here pops the battery, goes on the side, but then he just barely missing out. But there's Boban into the oil, and G-Force will get across. Oh, no. Analkings going to be hating life here after a painful start to the second set, trying to stay in the winner bracket, but it's looking like that might not happen here unless they can make something happen now. They need to get the ball rolling. We've seen the snowball effect happen in action. It was such a good idea from Top. It was really a brilliant idea with the battery, get around Makakowski, the final boss, and lock it in, but he runs into the cashier and he catches an assault charge and also doesn't get second. Really horrific way to end Supermarket 2. Let's see if they can recover, as it is 3 Cartel strong at the beginning of Museum. Anakin gets past, has a reaction ready for the star. Fake pickup. He's going to be eating that as well. Perfectly placed. Trying to block BGM, but BGM is able to get around him and back to top 3 for Cartel. Got to be careful to not let the situation spin out of control. We do have an Analkings member moving back into the top 3 momentarily, but okay, Boban trying to make it happen. Let's tune into him. He's going to be trying to slow down Cartel members. It's a bowling ball. The fireworks. Boban gets a battery. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it. Top 2. Well, hold on. Here's Top in 3rd place. Gets a battery. The shockwave. Top will get across. Oh, what a recovery here for Analkings. It looked like they were guaranteed to give another point over to Cartel, but they managed to get it locked in. Well done by the Analkings. As we head into Botanical Garden, Cartel getting the front 2 spots. They're gonna get the first pickups as well. Top driving outside to get one of the pickups. Pickups are very valuable, and it does seem like the top teams value them even more highly than other teams do. Unfortunately, Top spinning out through there. We've got teams moving on through. BGM with the battery. Anakin popping the zap. Oh, what a moment for the star to be used. Anakin's race is over. He decides to turn around and become a backer. Boban out in 2nd place. And again, things are not looking pretty for the Analkings. BGM is way far out in the lead. Polish reverse driving mechanics. But he gets hit. Top gets hit by water balloons as well. Cartel again threatening a point. Makakowski a backer. G-Force with the shockwave. Oh man, Anakin tries to back it on up. But G-Force is gonna get across, and another point is locked in for Cartel. It certainly feels like they are running away with this one. Let's see, we're headed over to rooftops. We haven't gotten a 3rd set yet in the entire knockout phase so far. This is a winner bracket match, so if they do get eliminated, then, you know, they won't be out of the tournament. They'll just be moving to the loser bracket. But it's looking like Cartel is gonna just run away with this unless the Analkings can get things situated right here. They need a confidence boost. They need to be getting a point lock in here for the team. Turn this 0-3 into a 1-3. They got to get the ball rolling. Otherwise, it threatens to spiral out of control. G-Force with an early battery, and it's a clean battery too. He's going to break away from the pack. Anakin still here somewhat within view of G-Force at least, but not that close to him. Had a battery ready for the star. Grabs a pickup, but that shockwave is going to be huge from G-Force. Catches him, and G-Force takes 1st place back. Anakin now with a bomb. No one to pass it over to. It feels like Cartel, when they get a bomb, they've got a backer service. Look, I told you, right? Every single time Cartel gets a bomb, there's some random backer that's just waiting there like, "Ayo, let me take that." It's crazy. It's actually crazy. Cartel, this is a team that has gotten more backer bomb transfers than anyone else in the entire TEAMRACE League. I can say that with a lot of confidence. They just are able to get that locked in. That being said, Analkings still here with the hope, but BGM is the gatekeeper here, as well as, I'm assuming, a backer or 2 for Cartel. Welcome in ROG. Yeah, this has been a great showing from Cartel. Cartel is up 3-0 right now, and it looking like Analkings are not going to be getting a point for this. We saw Boban here trying desperately to move up in the world, but he's got two Cartel members just bullying him to death. Absolutely outrageous. Finishing up the third lap, and there's Anakin locking it in for Analkings, but they're not getting any forward progress as BGM will lock it in second. We continue on at 3-0, and don't get me wrong, 3-0 is manageable here, but again, well, hold on, I can't get too far ahead of myself because it's very important to remind the crowd that the point ceiling is now 5 points. So even if Cartel gets to that 5-point ceiling, there is a world where Analkings turn up the heat in the second half and are able to tie it up. It's not like in the pre-knockout phase where teams could just get 10 points and be like, all right, good luck. You know, the maximum amount of points Cartel can get is 5, which means a comeback is always possible. Will Analkings be able to get it, and how far will Cartel break away is the real question. Speaking of breakaways, great use of the star. Always like to talk about it in Toy World 1 here. Analkings trying to break away in top 2, but Makakowski, it's usually been BGM who has been the prime backer, but really Makakowski has been carrying the torch for Cartel this time around. BGM still carries that utility role. He's still always there with the pickups. He's always being annoying. He's always willing to slow it down, but it hasn't been the backer role for him as much. Now we're going to see Analkings Boban versus Cartel BGM here on the third lap, trying to wrap this up. No one really that close. Top, hold on. Here's Top. He's in third though. He needs to, oh, the zap! Oh no! Oh my god, look how close it was. 225 milliseconds is all that it's gonna be. The zap onto G-Force, but it was mid-air already. It was just a few milliseconds too late to really make it happen, and Cartel are still able to hold on to that 3-0. Let's see how Ghost Town 1 plays out. Top grabbing the star, beating out Cartel, and then immediately uses it. Interesting. Maybe a zap had already come out. I didn't quite see what that was. Interesting time to use it there for sure. Might have been something that I didn't see. Anakin getting hit by the shockwave, but a shockwave return from Top will shut down two members of Cartel. Makakowski out in first. No, I'm way far behind on the radar right now, or am I not? G-Force 50 meters out in the lead. What a breakaway for G-Force. And with how short this track is, I mean, Analkings need a backer. Okay, Anakin is going to be that. He's going to go ahead and set up. There it is. Bumping G-Force and zapping him. Boban is close. Top is close. Boban takes the inside. It was kind of a setup, but it kind of wasn't. I don't know. But either way, the zap is strong. It's a double zap. He's going to get zapped again if he's not careful. Has to slow it down. Buys some time for Cartel. G-Force needs to get shut down here. There he is. Getting zapped by Top. Absolutely huge. Boban's going to drive right by. But then it gets blocked. And G-Force gets across. Oh my God. What a series this has been. Cartel just barely scraping by two tracks in a row, preventing the point lock-in, and this is absolutely insane. I feel like Cartel has robbed, which, I mean, that's their name, is Cartel. So I'm not surprised that they're committing robberies, but they have robbed them twice in a row now. Let's see if they can do it a third time. Analkings desperately needing to get back into this. Boban breaking away in first, but remember, you need more than just he doesn't even have a pickup. He's like, dude, I don't even care. Just bump off me, dude. Just bump off, bro. I don't even want to deal with you right now. Pops the oil. I don't really even like that oil. All it does is just slow them down, but hey, it's fine. Analkings go on the inside. G-Force goes from the outside. Wall rides it. He gets zapped, and this could be a point for the Analkings, a much needed pull. Okay, Anakin kind of gets bailed out there by a wall and doesn't do a full 180. G-Force does break by, and Boban's gonna be zapping him. See, yes, I mean, like, I just feel like Cartel has that extra layer of team, like, meshing, you know, they mesh so well together, and it's so rare to see friendly fire events happening even with like a shockwave, you know, like they're so well coordinated, and it just doesn't feel like Analkings always has that degree of coordination. But regardless, we are here with a potential lock-in from Anakin with a top 2 for Analkings. Here's G-Force. He's getting hit by missiles. BGM on the other side is trying to stop Anakin. Anakin's breaking away. Will G-Force be able to stop it? Water balloons, not going to happen. A point for Analkings. What some may think should be a 3-3 match. At least they get 1 point and bring it up to a 3-1 as we head into the next one. G-Force immediately turns around, grabs the star. Bomb. Hop spins out with the bomb. He needs to be a backer at this point. He needs to turn around and be a backer. Looks like he's driving forward for the time being. Anakin and Boban keeping it locked down for the Analkings, trying to hunt down BGM right now, who's out in first place. Star comes out. BGM is going to be sliding down. I don't know if that was the best timed star from Cartel. BGM's going to get eaten up by the rest of the field, but Boban breaks away. Makakowski here in second. BGM getting zapped. Finally, finally he isn't the one zapping, you know. I will say the pickup luck has definitely felt in, let's just not say in favor of Analkings, but out of favor for Cartel over the past couple tracks. We've got Makakowski here laying that fake, dodging the oil, but he has to, he wrecks out entirely. Does pass the bomb over to the top, who has not turned around. He's not backing, despite that really unfortunate start. Barely landing on the bridge, scraping by right now as they begin lap 3. Makakowski with the battery. Boban is just going to be holding it down here. Oh, he's going to be blown up from a bomb though. Got the battery, but there's a missile. Hunting down Boban, it doesn't land. Can Boban break away? Maybe an oil? Maybe a zap. There it is. Very telegraphed zap, but no response from G-Force. Stops for Makakowski too. G-Force had a zap ready as well. I don't know who that was intended for, but who they really need to lock down here is Boban more than anyone else. BGM, oh my god, you know when the man is waiting, it's going to be a bad time. He hits him with the water balloon. That's all it takes. G-Force across the bridge. Boban still going to be able to finish out in second place, preventing the point for Cartel. Remains at 3-1, but we are running out of tracks here, folks. I mean, we still got a good amount of them, right? We got both Titanics, we've got Ghost Town 2, Supermarket 1, but we don't have a lot of tracks left. So Analkings, they have the advantage here on the Titanics, with Cartel having 2 Hummers. This is their chance to make it. Hey, I talked about the team coordination. Well, finally, an instance, not only Makakowski, but also G-Force getting zapped by BGM, and maybe showing a couple cracks in the armor here, maybe a little bit of nerves here, as Analkings are putting up a fierce fight and are trying desperately to bring this to the 3rd set. Will it happen? Will it not? BGM going to be blowing up, and he gets spun around. Now, sure, Hama has the quick corrections, but he still spends some time doing that. Makakowski gets a bomb as well, but bomb packing the zap here. We've got the star being grabbed by Top. Moves into second place. Boban does get hit. Anakin was ready to bump Boban. Gives him a little speed boost there. And Analkings are off to a great start here in Titanic 1. Now let's see the backer situation. We've got G-Force backing. We've got Makakowski hunting still. G-Force in the position, ready to hit Top. Doesn't pull the trigger. Ready to hit again. Gonna pull the trigger on Boban and Anakin. Spins them out. Very nice play by G-Force. Really well done. That being said, Analkings are not done yet, obviously. The zap, he slows down. Top is ready this time. Finally, it feels like a lot of teams don't know how to deal with these stop zaps. And they'll like stop, but then they'll be like, okay, I stopped too long. Screw it, I'm going. And it's like, dude, not only did you stop, but now you also ate a zap. You know, like you can't do both. Either drive straight into the zap and eat it, or stop and don't let it hit you. And so that was a good execution by Top to keep that locked in and make sure that he doesn't do, you know, the worst of both worlds situation. Anakin going to be zapping BGM, but then BGM able to lock down Top, except not really. And now he's getting turned around. The shockwave comes out. Oh my God, they took him for a trip, and Boban stopped moving. He got zapped as well. Oh my, what a heartbreaker for the Analkings. What was that? That shockwave sent him like he was, I don't know. I don't think any Titanic characters really fly in that movie, but if there was one, that's who he'd be. Top is going to be finishing up in first place, but unfortunately no points for the Cartel. It doesn't seem. Yeah, it is going to be a clean second and third place for them. We got Toxic Pain 666 in here as well, telling Top to get your shit together, man. Obviously an Analkings fan here as we move into Museum 2, one of the more chaotic tracks. Cartel is going to get a big advantage with the pickups, and does Makakasi, oh, Makakasi backs up, says, get the hell out of my face. We move on, G-Force and BGM here in the top two, Boban with the wall dive. G-Force and, BGM going for a pickup. Gets the battery. Any stars? Stars? Okay, maybe Boban, maybe Makakowski. Hard to tell who exactly got that one. Apologies, one moment here for me. Okay. A zap on the play. It will be from G-Force. G-Force able to connect onto Boban eventually. Anakin going to get zapped as well. And again, we have that situation. Oh, this is not a great start for Analkings. Cartel, too strong at the front. Make it 3. Yeah, Boban's gonna say thank you very much. Get right around BGM. But again, this is where BGM likes to be. Situated in a little Analkings sandwich here. Be ready to pop something, whatever he gets. Hit somebody forward, hit somebody behind. Get shockwaved. Let's go ahead and take a peek forward. G-Force and Boban fighting for second place. Cartel holding on to first still. There it is. Oh my God. Tries to hunt down both Cartel members, but Makakasi had a zap of his own. Zaps BGM, but BGM gets right on through it. Maybe had some immunity to it. And now it is 3 Cartel strong. Makakowski is more than, well, that obviously wasn't ideal. I'm sure Makakowski turns around at this point in time. But we got G-Force and BGM carrying the torch, and it looks like they are going to be hitting, well, I was going to say hitting the point cap, but they are still at 3-1. So they still got 2 more points that they can get, but still not a great situation for Analkings. Let's see if they can hunt down Cartel. 50 meters that Boban has to come back. That's one pretty big pickup, maybe like a double zap, maybe like a ridiculous oil. We got oncoming traffic here, trying to pass the bomb over to G-Force. It's not gonna happen. BGM will be blowing up. No, BGM passes it over to Boban, and this is absolutely horrific. G-Force gets past the bomb though, and he is taking the alt route, which is just a crazy way to go. It's gonna be fine. He's still going to get the top 2. Another point for Cartel, bringing it up to 4-1 and making it very difficult for the Analkings to come back in this moment. We'll see what they'll be able to do, but we're really running out of tracks, y'all, as we head over to Supermarket 1 with 3 tracks left. Supermarket 1, Ghost Town 2, Toytanic 2. Oh no, not the start that they were looking for either. Anakin tries to go on the outside, tips the wall. And an early breakaway. No, not really a breakaway. We got actually, you know, plenty of room for pickups. Water balloon situation really not going Makakasi's way, and Cartel is going to eat that oil big time, but so will Boban, and he'll get zapped as well. Turned into a 180 like it's a monster truck rally, or it's like it's battle bots. And we continue on top with the star. Well, actually, I'm not even sure if he has a star, because a Cartel member turned around very quick. They're going to use it on the ramp. That was definitely Cartel grabbing the star with the backer. Very smart play. Slowed down top a bit. Let's go ahead and stay locked. Gonna slow down into a shockwave. Doesn't get past the bomb over by Makakowski, and Boban is right here as well. Stop zap. Yep, gonna lock that in, but Boban had battery ready, goes the time trial route, and gets around him. Yo! Boban doing exactly what he needs to do at this point in time. They need a point so desperately, he dodges the fake pickup. They move on to lap 3. This is absolute chaos here for the Analkings, going on the outside, dodging the water balloons, trying to go up. The double zap, but no, he's zapped his own team. No, top doesn't need it. They can continue on. This is huge for the Analkings. Can they find a 4-2 here when they need it most? If they can get top 2 for these 3 tracks, then they can bring it to 4-4 into overtime. Let's see if it can happen. Analkings trying to lock it in. It all comes down to a backer. He goes for the time trial route again, which is crazy, but it works out. He gets a battery. He's trying to lock it down. Oh my God, top is going to hit him with the zap, and Analkings will get in with the top. Oh my God, they get a top 3. Anakin gets it locked in as well, and they bring it from 4-1 to 4-3 with 2 tracks left to go. Not only can they get the tie into overtime, but they can even get a win with relative ease, having found the top 3 there. Absolute insanity for the Analkings. They get the best starting positions as well as they start out. Ghost Town 2, Boban with a great starting few jumps as well. Cartel already breaks away into the top 2 though. We'll see how this continues to unfold. Is Analking's dream coming to an end here in Ghost Town 2, or will they find the point that they desperately need? G-Force hitting himself with water balloons on the ramp, and the missiles come out as well. Now Analkings take the top 3 once again. Top definitely has something. There it is, taking a play out of the Cartel playbook, but they will get responded with a zap immediately. Top using that at a bottleneck area to prevent Cartel from moving forward, and this is a huge, masterful start for the Analkings. They have all the momentum in the world, and if they can get these top 2, they're gonna move into the lead headed into Titanic, and all they have to do is play defensive. But if you know Cartel, they know that they're not gonna take it lying down. In fact, we've already got a backer, already causing some serious problems for Anakin. That is G-Force causing some issues. He's gonna shockwave Anakin as well to boot, and now we're gonna have Cartel right back in this. But the question is, sure, they can find third place, but can they find second as well? That's what they're gonna need to do here on this final lap, or otherwise it's gonna be a tie headed into Titanic. Let's see it happen. Boban at top here, 75 meters ahead of the competition. Here's BGM all the way out in third. In fact, here's Anakin in third. Oh my God, I thought that was a Baranga Danga battery zap special, but it didn't. It actually wasn't. It was BGM with the zap. He's gonna put Anakin in his place, and now they're trying to prevent the point. They will prevent the point. BGM in second place. He's gonna lock it in. Wow, what a tragedy for the Analkings, going from a tie pretty much guaranteed to, you know, I mean, Cartel's backers are just so damn strong, and they are going to prevent that point lockdown. It all comes down to this Titanic 2, the final track, 4-3 scoreline in favor of Cartel. Can they lock it in? Let's see how it plays out. The initial pickups are grabbed. Who's going to grab that star, though, is my question. Looks like G-Force is oh my God, Anakin grabs it with the zap as well. Double zapping G-Force. Here it comes. There it is. Passes him up. Oh my God, the devastation. And look at the Analkings. That being said, here's BGM out in first place. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Amazing shockwave, though. What a recovery from BGM. It was kind of a catastrophic situation for him. Kind of an oopsie situation, but he'll have that shockwave to get him right back in. Makakowski already turning around, and I'm telling y'all, Cartel understands Team Race League. They understand the strategy, and they're really damn good at it. Anakin out in first, but remember, y'all, they need first and second. Top is going to try to be a backer here. Trying to hit G-Force, it's not going to work. And we're about halfway through with this track. Boban in fourth place. He's got a lot of work left to do if he wants to find second, and he desperately needs to find it. There's the zap. BGM trying to follow up with a double zap. It'll run out of time. Water balloons. They're just going to terrorize Boban. In the meantime, where is... Okay, Top is here in... he's a backer. He's trying to hit him. Did he just... I don't know who he just zapped. It might have been... I don't know who. Regardless, the missiles come out. BGM can't hit him with the bomb. BGM's going to blow up. Perfect recovery. Here's G-Force. Out in second place, starting the third lap, dodging the oil in the captain's quarters, but what a mistake through there, running into the wall. Top is going to zap him, and he might just zap him again. Boban drives by, but G-Force had the zap queued up and ready. Now they're going to trade zaps just like that, but this isn't great for Boban because now G-Force is sitting there with the zap, and he's just going to back it on up. G-Force now driving forwards, and this could be the end for Analkings. The question is, will it be a bomb? And a bomb. Anakin, the backer, trying to make it happen. No, he's the pusher. He's stopped entirely. There's 3 bombs now about to explode. Trying to pass it over. G-Force can't do it. He's going to blow up. And that is not a great recovery from him. Boban spinning around every which way. And unless something crazy happens, Cartel has done it. 2-0, sending Analkings down into the lower bracket. A kind of a daylight robbery situation. Insane. GGWP to both teams. Cartel got pushed to the limit by Analkings, but against all odds, the Analkings could not bring it back. Some absolute insane plays from both teams. The top 3 in Supermarket 1 was insanity. This was a pleasure to cast. I'm glad I got to cast it. Fortunately, I was free 2 hours before they told me the time to be there, and fortunately, I was able to respond within 5 minutes. Then they had actually already started it. They couldn't even wait 5 minutes. But regardless, you know, all those feelings aside, this has been such a fun match to cast. It has been a pleasure, and I will see y'all next time. GG's to both teams. Cartel continues in the winner bracket, and Analkings moving down to the loser bracket. Well, they will be able to continue fighting for their lives, and they will possibly be able to come back and see Cartel again. It'll just see how far they're able to make it through the lower bracket. But with today's performance against the projected #1 team, I have all the faith in the world that Analkings can make this happen. On a different day, this could have been their match for sure. That's going to be it for me, and we'll see you again, I think this weekend, with more matches. Much love to y'all. Kilobars, Top, ROG, Esteban, Breathing Statue, Toxic Pain, Super Saiyan, Esteban, I think I already said Esteban, Shigeki X, Walele, and Pokers as well. I'll see y'all next time. Much love.